It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Inspired by the vibrancy of Swahili culture and cloth, Laleso is a product of South Africa invested in creating a luxury beachwear line which sustains local jobs.
The whole collection was inspired by the Maasai kind of beaded embellishments. So we started looking at the Maasai culture and, you know, the colors that they use and stuff. And then as we were researching beadwork, we sort of started to notice all these different cultures across the globe, you know, ranging from India to Mongolia, who all use beadwork in such an incredible way. So we kind of gave birth to this sort of amalgamation of all these cultures and actually ended up with this sort of ice creamy palette, but also it's got that summer punch to it.
We just showed our resort line. It was all very loose, very flowing. We've got chiffons, silk cottons, very lovely breathable textiles, very comfortable silhouettes, nothing constricting, very flowy. And we've got the beaded tassels, we've got the fabric tassels, bringing in, you know, a little bit of embellishment on the garments. We're just catering for, you know, such a large audience because everyone, you know, needs to feel comfortable in summer.
It's definitely very challenging. Everyone sort of has their own opinion on swimwear. So we just try and keep it simple and actually just let the prints do the work at the end of the day. We're loving the sort of beaded tassels that we've partnered with the swimwear, which I think brings a really kind of unique edge. And I guess for people that maybe are a bit insecure wearing their bikini, also it might take away a bit of distraction.
We partnered with Henriette Buerter that accessorized our show, and she did these gorgeous neck pieces, these tassel earrings, which tied in very nicely with our aesthetic of our tassel beads and our fabric tassels. And she did some lovely beaded bangles, and it just all tied together so beautifully, and we're very happy with it.
Michelle Ludek has a following of women who desire comfortable clothes without sacrificing style. Her signature fuss-free aesthetic had a bohemian theme this season.
With this collection, I want to do something that was still traditionally very me, very relaxed, very casual, sophisticated with my draping signature, but I was really into a bit of a boho mode, loving the tassels, loving everything extra slouchy. It's relaxed, it is gone from anything overly structured to being uptight to just embracing that free-spiritedness that we had from a previous era. And I think most women want something that is comfortable, easy wearing, makes sense. I can roll it up into my bag, pop it in, I can travel with it. It's my go-to easy wearing favorite piece. I feel good in it.
To complement her own custom-designed floral prints, Michelle turned to her sister Belinda Ludek to create a range of individual jewellery pieces.
I've got the best partner as far as accessories go and someone to collaborate with. It doesn't get better than my sister. She is creative, talented. We get each other. It's not hard work. I could show her one sketch and she does her own thing. I see her 2-3 weeks later. It's all put together and it's better than anything I could ever have dreamed of.
In the spirit of bohemia, craftwork has returned to fashion this spring. Time to delight in the details.
Man, delighting in the details indeed. I'm sure you noticed those incredible jewelry pieces which accessorized Michelle Ludek's runway collection. Now, they caught our eye too. And joining us in studio is her sister Belinda, who's the creator behind these statement designs. And it's so good to have you here, as well as your creations.
Thank you.
Very, very pleasing to the eye. But let's start off first with your story and how you got into jewelry.
It's no specific event that happened. It just all started as a little girl, I think, playing in my grand's jewelry box, finding pieces, and I think that's where my love for antique comes from.
Yes.
And then it's just carried on from there. I think I've just collected jewelry where my friends at that time were collecting Barbie dolls. You know?
Okay, and you were collecting jewelry pieces at the time.
Precious jewelry pieces. And it's just been a relationship that's developed over time, and I still love it.
And it's worked out very, very well indeed.
Yeah.
Take me through the influences, you know, that you take on when you're designing, looking at the different interesting materials that you've brought along that you incorporate into your designs. What influences?
It varies all the time, and with every collection. It usually happens with collections starting with my sister, deciding on where she wants, what direction she wants to go to. And then it's just usually a print or a colour, and it's usually a material that I want to play with and develop.
Yeah.
That I enjoy playing, and I think it's very important, and that's where the designs develop from.
Yeah. And by the sounds of what your sister said and what you're saying about her right now, it sounds like you have a very good working relationship. What is it like working with a family member in a business like this?
Well, I suppose it's not the same for everybody, but for my sister and I, it's really great. I love it, and I think it's just because we trust and know each other so well.
Yeah.
it just works from there.
Is it something that you would do as children, perhaps, while you were collecting jewelry pieces or precious jewelry and she was putting on different outfits, you would try and match and accessorize her?
Definitely not. We had a hate relationship while growing up, and only started, yeah.
Wow.
As kids, we hated each other, I think.
Okay, all right. Well, let's go through some of the items you've brought along with you. You were telling me that very interesting, colourful stone is called agate.
Agate,
yes.
yes.
But take me through your collection here.
So I first came across agates and the crystals with visiting a market with a friend one Saturday, and obviously I always like to go bigger and bolder than what you usually find in the stores and that. I sourced these through a mineral society here in Cape Town.
I'm going to pick up this piece here because this is the one that I found most interesting. When I looked at it, it reminded me of Xena.
A weapon.
A weapon of some sort. What was going through your creative mind when you were designing this?
I always like to bring a bit of edge and something different into my pieces.
Yeah.
I think that's where my design is really strong, is just to be a bit different. And I think the agates just speaks alone for itself. So when I designed, I did spiky and the edginess, and also you can see I've used the shape, the outline shapes of the agate as well, just to bring in another dimension. It's always just to be different.
It's a fantastic way that you've used it. So how do you cut the different shapes? Are they naturally occurring like that way?
They are cut. They are cut already because you need special equipment. But yeah, the shape is just depends on what kind of rock you find. And then they are coloured and obviously drilled, specifically drilled as well and specially drilled.
Yes.
So I need to have my idea and design in place already so that it can evolve from there.
Wow, clearly a lot of work goes into this, and this is all part of your Summer Spring 15 collection.
Yeah.
So going forward, where would you like to see your jewellery going? Do you have any plans?
I think as long as I grow and my jewellery grows with me, you know, and just to have lots of fun and for people to appreciate the designs and having fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Belinda Ludek, jewellery designer, bringing us her wonderful creations. I'm sure that you found them very inspiring as well. But time now to inspire the inner chef in you as we head to the kitchen. Oh, pork belly, Italian style.